Taurus, hi, welcome back to Cardinal Fire Tarot. This is going to be your December 2023 reading, but first, couple of announcements. If you are subscribed to the channel, you may have noticed that I haven't been doing the All Signs energy check-in videos. That's just because the end of the year is a busy time for me with work getting busier and holidays and like it is for everybody. So it'll probably be a couple of months before I start those up again. And then I will be doing later this month a yearly recap reading for all the signs, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. If you like my reading style and are interested in booking a personal reading with me, you can find the information for that at cardinalfiretarot.com. And then make sure that you're following me on Instagram and TikTok at Cardinal Fire Tarot. I post daily on both of those um apps. Yeah, there we go. I don't know where my brain went for a second. So that's all the announcements I have. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by pulling an overall energy for the reading from this oracle deck. Okay. You too about you have money and follow your bliss. Get some tarot with that too. See what we got. Whereas I feel like you have been focusing a lot on money and resources and tangible um, wealth and stability and whatnot. And this reading might just be a reminder to follow your happiness, follow what makes you feel alive. Like money will fall into place once you are in alignment. So focus on what makes you experience joy and love and excitement. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. Overall energy for the reading: money, follow your bliss. Pretty much what I just said. Um, in the recent past, we have the High Priestess. I feel like this is you like intuitively, even if even if you didn't like consciously realize it, your higher self still could have been guiding you. This is you intuitively falling up fall whoa words. Intuitively falling up short when it comes to money. Why? Because there's a lesson to be learned around money. And so even though I guarantee you weren't sitting there like, I want to be broke. I want to be stressing and freaking out and anxious. Nobody would do that. But it's like you got put in this position. You are here for a reason. You are always exactly where you're supposed to be for your highest good and development. So if there's a lesson to be learned, that may be why you're in a shitty financial situation. Then in the current energy, we have judgment. This is that sink or swim. This is that you are being presented with a lesson around money and finances. And do you learn or do you keep repeating old patterns? And then in the near future, you have the Six of Pentacles, which is beautiful because that says that you learn. And not only do you learn, but you are exuding enough abundance to share with others. Because that's what the Six of Pentacles is. That's like charitable giving. So you are not only abundant enough for yourself, but for the people around you too. And then in the energy that surrounds you, you have the Hermit. It's a time of lessons, and it's probably somewhat a time of solitude as well, especially if you are experiencing money issues and disappointment and all that stuff. You're going to be more inclined to turn inward. Most of us are, and especially earth signs. You all are very grounded internal beings. So it's probably a time of solitude and a time of reflection. And then in your challenge, you have the Seven of Pentacles. That is making steps today for the results of tomorrow. That is following your bliss, even if the trail of money hasn't shown itself yet. That's your challenge. And then in your strength, you have the Ten of Pentacles. That is ultimate financial stability. That is the completion of the earth suit, which is your suit. And it's also the suit of money and finances and all that good stuff. So your strength is that you are succeeding. You are accomplishing your goals. You are overcoming these burdens and challenges. So let's go ahead and pull some clarifiers. I'm going to start by clarifying money and follow your bliss in the overall energy for the reading. All right, clarifying money and follow your bliss. We have the Three of Cups, the Devil, and the Two of Cups. Interesting. So there is definitely a focus on your relationships. I don't think this necessarily means romantic relationship because the Three of Cups came out as well. It's more like your connections and and your addictions. So there's something within your relationships that's keeping you bound to stress and worry and lack mindset. That's interesting. We'll see if something else comes out about that. All right. Let's clarify the High Priestess in the recent past. Your cards are just like wanting to fly out. Clarifying the High Priestess, we have the Hierophant, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. You are let's just even take a step back from this money narrative that we've been following for most of this reading. You are intuitively coming in alignment with who you are authentically, your authentic self. The Hierophant is Taurus's card. The Knight of Pentacles is Earth energy. That's your energy. And then you have the Ten of Swords, which while the Ten of Swords does speak to pain and a lot of it, to be honest, it also implies the conclusion of that pain. Because the 10 is the end of the sword. The, the 10 is the end of the sword suit. So it implies the finale, that it's wrapping up, that the pain is coming to an end. And it's through that pain, though, and those lessons that led you to falling into your authentic self. Like, it all happens for a reason. Nothing is just like in this life just to fuck with you. Like, there's a reason, even if it isn't obvious. All right, let's clarify judgment in the current energy. All right, clarifying judgment. We have the Nine of Cups, Death, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so there's definitely some endings, but it all seems to be for the better. So when I said that this was like the sink or swim, like you are closing some internal narratives, some beliefs, maybe even some relationships, um, stuff like that. You are closing those out, but in replacement, you have wish fulfillment and knowing what you want. And you have that stability that we were talking about over here that is your strength. So what you gain is more than what you're losing. But you have to release in order to create space for the universe to deliver your manifestations. Let's go ahead and clarify that Six of Pentacles in the near future. All right, clarifying the Six of Pentacles. We have the Two of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and Justice. So it's not like you just snap your finger, decide, and then you have all the answers. Even in the near future, there is so much unsureness. Like both of these cards are cards of eh. But that's not the point because it's not that you're following the money trail anymore. You're following your bliss. And so in doing so, you're recognizing that you are an abundant being, that you are abundance. And with that knowing, that allows you to give to the people around you because you aren't in this lack mindset over here anymore. You're now in an abundant mindset, which makes all the difference. It really doesn't matter that much what's happening externally. It's more like where you're at. What are you aligning with? And then justice. So, even though there's so many things you still don't know, the fact that you are stepping into this abundance and you are giving to those around you, like that is going to equate to good karma. And that is going to become apparent in your 3D life. All right, let's clarify the Hermit and the energy that surrounds you. All right, clarifying the Hermit. We have the Moon, the Nine of Swords, and the Five of Wands. This is not easy energy for us. None of this, while it is making a trajectory towards the positive, there's a lot of ache and heaviness thrown in there, spattered about. So while you're in this space of somewhat self-isolating and also just like really turning inward and reflecting, you're uncovering a lot of that ick that you buried deep down inside yourself. And instead of it disappearing like you were hoping it would, it's just been sitting there growing and festering and becoming worse and worse and worse to the point that when you finally address it, it's not going to be fun. There are going to be sleepless nights where you are awake with anxiety and fear. There is going to be internal conflict where you are fighting with yourself tooth and nail because, pick a reason. Because you don't think you're good enough. Because you're scared of failure. Because you don't think other people will understand you. Again, just pick one. It doesn't really matter. So while you're making this progress in your healing, it's not going to feel like progress because it's not linear. As you uncover the shit that you have buried, you're having to re experience it all over again. So you're going to have days that are rough this month. And okay, such is life, right? And it's such a necessary, important um, goal to have, that goal of self healing, because so many people just stay in their comfortability and accept stagnancy. And that is honestly just sad. It really is. It's sad. And so, even if you're like this, at least it's movement, you know? And you're doing better than you think. All right, let's clarify the Seven of Pentacles in your challenge. All right, clarifying the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Five of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the King of Cups. Yeah, so these endings are coming with some grief. And with that grief, it's very hard to fully feel, accept your emotions because they're heavy and they're big, like we were just talking about with the Nine of Swords and the Five of Wands. Like those sleepless nights, that conflict within your own mind and heart, like that is big energy, big emotions. And so you're not going to want to feel these and work through them to get to the other side because, I mean, that answer is kind of obvious. It's human nature to avoid pain. So if you are faced with painful realizations, memories, emotions, your first instinct is going to be to run. And instead, you're going to have to find the strength to dig in your heels, stand firm, and plant the seeds for tomorrow's success. You know, make the move towards healing, even though it feels messy right now. Whatever that looks like for you. If that means if that means staying up till 11 o'clock at night when you should have gone to bed at, 10 or 10:30 because you doom scrolled on your phone all evening and now it's time to go to bed and you haven't gotten in your self-care, so you're just squeaking out whatever you can. That's personally what I like to do with my life. Or if that's, sitting in front of the TV for hours on end and somewhat dissociating by living the lives of the characters on the screen, or if that is liquor, or if that is drugs, or whatever it is that you're turning to hide from the pain. Like that's the stuff that you're going to have the strength to decline. All right, then let's clarify that Ten of Pentacles in your strength. Okay, clarifying the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Four of Swords. Do not forget how abundant you already are. Do not allow yourself to get so caught up in your shortcomings that you forget to find gratitude in your current situation because you are abundant. In fact, that abundance is reiterated twice in this reading, and it's your strength. So, you are independent, capable. You have a home that looks like it is very happy and safe and secure. And there's so much for you to be grateful for. So just keep that in the back of your head. Don't allow your thoughts to shift to the lack perspective. And that is your reading, Taurus. If you resonate with it, I would really appreciate it if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel. Maybe let me know down below in the comments. All of your interactions really do help the channel grow, so I appreciate each and every one of you. And then just make sure that you're keeping an eye out for that yearly recap reading, and I'll see you next time. Bye.